fireball. It knew that the thunder skylark was fast as lightning, which proved it difficult to land a heavy blow. But those eggs couldn't move and were the perfect means to cripple the thunder skylark's speed. Attacking what one defended was the best plan. Not good. The flaming Lion King laughed in glee and spat another ball of flame. Thunder Skylark used her lightning to stop it. Darting back to Xuaningxiang, Zhuofan sighed. We made it worse. We hastened the Thunder Skylark's end. Let's go. If we wait for Thunder Skylark to die, the crazy lion will come after us. She stood rooted to the spot. Let it go, Ninga. We need to leave. Watching the Thunder Skylark darting to and fro as tears fell down her cheeks. After fending off 24 fireballs, the Thunder Skylark let out a mournful cry and fell tired and wounded in a large crater. The flaming Lion King charged with its claw aiming for the bird's throat. Xuaningxiang broke away from the two's grasp and rushed to defend the Thunder Skylark. Ninga, I will accompany you in death. Xie Tianyang roared as he threw himself in front of her. Both forgot that they would soon be 2 more corpses added to the pile, that it wouldn't make a difference. Even Zhuofan lost his calculative mind. Zhuofan flashed in front of the two, but his eyes were fixed on the flaming Lion King. He was the demonic emperor. Even in death, he would stare down his enemy. But just when the claw was about to touch Zhuofan's face, an azure flame came out of Zhuofan's forehead and a shocking power shrouded the entire All-Beast mountain range. The spiritual beasts were left shivering and lowered their proud heads. Flaming Lion King stopped its claw and watched the swaying flame as it trembled in fear. The azure flame was as small as a candle's, flickering in the wind in front of Zhuofan's forehead. It then took back its claw and sped away in the form of a ball of fire. It scampered off with speed rather than dignity, so much so that it was even close to falling at some point. A 6th-level spiritual beast, a king in the All-Beast mountain range, was now fleeing like a kitty while trembling from every joint. Frowning, Zhuofan touched his forehead, but the azure flame had already hidden inside. He only felt a faint warmth and concluded that it was connected to the expert who had appeared in his consciousness and touched him there. Hey, Zhuofan, Xie Tianyang shook his arm as he questioned. Be honest with me, are you absolutely positive that you are human? Cut the crap. What else would I be, a demon? Zhuofan slapped Xie Tianyang's hand away. I've never seen a human scare a 6th-level spiritual beast with just a look. Xie Tianyang took deep breaths to calm down and continued. Did you see how scared it was when it saw you? As if afraid you would eat it whole. As brothers, you owe me an explanation. How many secrets are you hiding? Zhuofan rolled his eyes, then turned to Xuaningxiang. We were never brothers. Coming next to Xuaningxiang, they saw her tear-stained face as she looked at the Thunder Skylark. It won't make it. Zhuofan sent his Yuan Qi to check its state, then sighed. Big brother Zhuo, can you help her? Xuaningxiang looked at him with teary eyes, but he could only sigh. Xuaningxiang began crying her heart out, tears falling down the Thunder Skylark's face. The bird opened its eyes and looked elsewhere. It wants her young. Let's go find them. Xuaningxiang cried. But the egg was burnt black. Zhuofan and Xie Tianyang searched around and soon gathered 4 scorched and lifeless eggs. Wasn't there one more? Xuaningxiang nervously asked. The two shook their heads. The last one was lost. They couldn't find it anywhere. Xuaningxiang was sorrowful, kneeling before the Thunder Skylark as she sobbed, Forgive us, we are the ones who hurt you. From below her, the last egg rolled out. It was intact but still had a few scorch marks on it. Despite being forced to run around by the flaming Lion King, it knew what it had to do. It made sure to protect one egg without anyone knowing, and when it collapsed, it used its body to hide the egg. So that even if it was killed, the egg would survive. It gave its life to protect its young. With a cry, the Thunder Skylark stared at Zhuofan, or, more specifically, his forehead. Then it turned to its egg with a hopeful gaze. You want me to take it? Zhuofan assumed. It nodded, eyes filled with warmth for the egg. It is badly burnt and, even if it hatches, it won't live for long. Unless, he whispered the rest into the Thunder Skylark's ear. It was first startled, then nodded in gratitude. Turning to her young, the Thunder Skylark closed her eyes in peace. She could now rest easy knowing Zhuofan would look after it. Xuaningxiang saw its life fade away and was crying her heart out. Zhuofan and Xie Tianyang sighed. They didn't foresee her being so compassionate even towards a spiritual beast. They would, at most, hold some respect, but never be so heartbroken about it. Ninga, it won't come back. Don't feel too sad about it. I never knew you'd be so compassionate towards this Thunder Skylark just after meeting it once. Xie Tianyang laughed dryly and scratched his head, not knowing how to comfort the girl. You guys misunderstood. It is a sad birdie, but I'm not crying for it. I was reminded of my home. Her appearance made me recall my dad protecting me every step of the way, taking care of me. It seems this girl was reminiscing. No wonder she was so touched. Since it's not for the bird, then I will take the Thunder Skylark's body. Zhuo Fan felt awkward as he stashed the body in his ring. Xie Tianyang, however, was aflame in anger. Hey, why do you get to have a whole 6th level spiritual beast's body? A spiritual beast was a treasure in and of itself. The 6th level spiritual beast bodies, in particular, made for great refining materials. Even the 7 houses seldom got such an item, and Xie Tianyang regarded it greatly. Looking askance at him, Zhuo Fan stated, "You saw it giving me its egg. Its body is the same. You stay here with Ninga, I'll be right back." He left before Xie Tianyang could argue. Xie Tianyang wanted to follow Zhuo Fan, but seeing Ninga, he stayed. He was worried for her safety. Leaving her all alone in the woods was not wise. Though it made little difference if he was there too. In a secluded spot, Zhuo Fan took out the egg, the Thunder Skylark's body, and some black rocks. He began circulating his yuan qi and his hand burned scarlet. These rocks were very rare even with all the spatial rock mines in control of the 7 houses and the imperial family. But thanks to Veiled Dragon Pavilion and imperial family endorsing the Luo clan, he got his hand on a few. As spiritual beasts were nurtured by the spiritual energy of the world, they were the best ingredient for refining items. And right now, he was planning on refining a beast holding ring. Furthermore, it could even store spiritual energy. Case in point, this egg came from the Thunder Skylark, and its spiritual energy would help it recover. If not for this, Zhuo Fan was unsure if he could even hatch it. Now that the Thunder Skylark was dead, he desperately needed to hatch the egg and make it his demonic creature in order to enter the Lightning Canyon. For this, Zhuo Fan spoke a few words to the dying Thunder Skylark. And it agreed once it knew its broken body could help her young live. Either way, this was Zhuo Fan's way of showing his respect for the mother. Also, he would have taken this course of action regardless of her decision. Zhuo Fan pointed and the flame towered, fusing the ingredients with high-speed hand signs and a smile of satisfaction. He was close to fulfilling his objective. In the dead of night, stars glittered. Xuaningxiang and Xie Tianyang watching them bored out of their mind. A sound broke the silence and Zhuo Fan appeared next to them. Xuaningxiang ran to him in glee. Xie Tianyang looked him up and down. "What did you do with the corpse?" Zhuo Fan was blunt. "Tore it in 8 and used it." Xie Tianyang rushed to placate her. "Ninga, it's all right. The bodies of spiritual beasts are handled like this. But I don't know what he refined using it. If you can guess what it is, I'll give it to you. Guess it right and you will give it. I don't need your stuff. I'll tell you. I Xie Tianyang will not thank you even in death, even if I die here in the mouth of beast. I'll never accept a thing from you, Zhuo Fan. Yes, thank you master for your kindness. Don't look away when author people are talking. Hey, did you know today is Ninga's 16th birthday? She was reminded of her family when the Thunder Skylark protected her egg and it made her cry. Since it's her birthday, then I will give her a present. Zhuo Fan revealed a ring that had lightning running across it. Then he took Xuaningxiang's hand and inserted the ring on her finger. This is the storage ring I refined from the Thunder Skylark, Thunder Ring. I have one and you the other. They both are made as one, and are connected with each other. This ring is different from other storage rings. Not only the refining techniques are complicated, you won't also find these anywhere. It can be stored. Xuaningxiang was overjoyed inside and blushed as she extended her fist with the ring on it. Zhuo Fan did the same with his hand and the 2 rings let out crackling sounds. Ring one for her, and one for him. Set love tokens. Xie Tianyang was filled with envy and roared, "Zhuo Fan, give me one too." Zhuo Fan deadpanned, "Is it your damn birthday too?" "No, but you have to give me one. Or, the 2 of you, a pair of rings." Xie Tianyang's face burned hot. He no longer cared about the value of the Thunder Ring. Zhuo Fan then tossed him a ring. Seeing through him, Zhuo Fan sighed inwardly. "We've been through thick and thin together, so of course, I have one for you. I'll accept it since you're sincere." Xie Tianyang put it on in glee then made a fist bump with Xuaningxiang. "Just now, who said that they didn't want my stuff, even in death?" The 2 began quarreling while Xuaningxiang stood content at the side with a smile. Absent-mindedly looking at the Thunder Ring, she wished the time would stop so that the 3 of them would stay worry-free. But 10,000 miles out, a huge bird had its eye on each and every movement of theirs. Blue flames wreathed its body and with every flap of its wings, it flew deeper into the All-Beast mountain range. The trio returned to the second area using the same method as before. Then they soon arrived at the first area. All that's left is to leave Blue Expanse City and we'll be safe. Although he didn't obtain the Thunder Skylark, he earned much more, its egg and two dear friends in life and death moments. But we offended the seventh elder. Won't he set a trap for us? Unlikely. Zhuo Fan stated. He must have spared our lives because another greater danger was looming overhead, forcing him to flee. He must be thinking we've died at the hands of that scary thing. Thing? What thing? Xie Tianyang asked. Zhuo Fan only shook his head. He was out like a light at that time and was unclear what happened. But when he woke up he saw the destruction around him and came to this conclusion. Zhuo Fan smiled. Ninga, what will you do after we leave? Big brother Zhuo, I'll just go with you. Xie Tianyang became flustered and said, Ninga, how about you come with me to Sword Marquis's abode? Not only will your clansmen not come for you, but even Hell Valley's people wouldn't be able to take you from us. Xue Ningxiang happily nodded. All right, big brother Zhuo, why don't you also come? I've never seen the strong 7 noble houses of the Tianyu Empire. Xie Tianyang wasn't too pleased about it, but since Ninga was happy he also relented. Zhuo Fan, for Ninga, I will extend an invitation to visit my house as a guest. I cannot. I have other places to be. If fortune smiles, we will see each other again. The two were startled and hesitant about parting. Hey, I truly welcome you to my house. Think of your brother, me, and come. Though Xie Tianyang and Zhuo Fan were like fire and water, arguing every day, they went through hell together and came out as brothers. Zhuo Fan snickered. I already said, we aren't brothers. Sigh, how can you? A crack was heard and a sudden pressure pushed down on them. No one is allowed to leave. A black figure appeared with long black and white hair. His long goatee fluttered in the wind, and his eyes flashed as they landed on the trio. Profound heaven expert, Zhuo Fan and Xie Tianyang were startled and protected Xue Ningxiang with their bodies. Is it an elder from Hell Valley? I've never seen him. The way this old man is looking at us. It's as if he would devour us at any moment. What was certain though, this old man wanted to wring them dry. But then, Xue Ningxiang jumped out from between them and walked cautiously towards the man. Grandfather, your Xue clan's only profound heaven expert, Xue clan's patriarch, Xue Dingtian. Ninga, where did you run off these months? I looked all over for you. Sorry for worrying you, grandfather. Xue Dingtian sighed and tousled his dear grandchild's hair, then spat. Did any of these runts misbehave? Grandpa, what are you saying? Humph, then all is good. Xue Dingtian rolled his eyes over Zhuo Fan and Xie Tianyang. Who was it that hurt my grandson? Xue Gang? Him. Xie Tianyang didn't miss a beat in exposing Zhuo Fan. I only met Ninga after. I never saw your grandson. Rolling his eyes, Zhuo Fan could only blame his poor luck in friends. I didn't know he was Ninga's brother, so, please forgive the offense, senior. Then, you eloped with Ninga? Xue Dingtian questioned Zhuo Fan. What, elope? Xie Tianyang cried with a start and grabbed Zhuo Fan by the clothes. Zhuo Fan, explain it to me. Since when were you so close with Ninga? Xue Dingtian glanced at Xie Tianyang and turned towards his granddaughter. Who is that kid, to be even more pissed than me? Xue Ningxiang glared at her grandpa, then hid her flaming cheeks with her hands. Grandpa is getting old. How could he mention something like that out of the blue? She was complaining inside, but her eyes sneaked a peek at Zhuo Fan. Wait, don't misunderstand. I only asked Ninga to show me the way and nothing else. Xue Dingtian stared down Zhuo Fan, but seeing no lies, he spoke. Good, in that case, I won't be hard on you on account on your time with my granddaughter. Come, Ninga, let's go home. Xue Dingtian pulled her. But Xue Ningxiang turned to the two behind her. Wait, Zhuo Fan shouted. Xue Dingtian spoke in a cold tone. Is there something else, runt? You can't take Ninga, said Zhuo Fan with a stony expression, and I advise you don't return either. Xue Dingtian frowned. What do you mean by that? I'll be frank. We offended the 7th elder of Hell Valley, and he recognized Ninga. I can guess he's now getting rowdy in the Xue clan. If you go back now, you will die. Xue Dingtian was startled, then looked to see Xue Ningxiang nodding shyly. As if thunderstruck, Xue Dingtian trembled and stumbled backward before falling. Xue Dingtian tightened his fist as rage swallowed his heart. Then his killing intent-filled eyes landed on Zhuo Fan and Xie Tianyang. It's you who brought this disaster upon us. As long as I take you to the 7th elder, he will spare us.